So now we cut to Japan, saying they're going to attack America because they cut off their oil, which is their, quote, lifeline. Yep, you heard that right. This movie is now asking you to hate the Axis, the Allies, and America.
Yay!
Japan decides that a plane attack on the country they want to give them oil is the best option. Great plan, right? Now we got to the nurses cheering about how there's about 4,000 soldiers to every one nurse. Because that's all women ever do, cheer about thousands of men who will stalk and creep on them. So we cut to Rafe writing letters to Evelyn. How does he write them with no ability to understand letters? How should I know? It seems like the plot kind of forgets about that from this point on. So we cut to Britain in panic over something no one explains, and they all fly off and proceed to shoot down enemy planes. Here you see that being a volunteer and only fighting for a month lets you be in charge of people. Or maybe that's just Rafe being arrogant. Ugh. You know, I'm so sick of Rafe at this point, I wish he would just die. I wish for a hot girlfriend? Dang it. So now we cut to the best character in this film, Dory Miller, currently boxing to show off that he's a stereotype.
That's a scratch! Can you see this here? This here's a hard on greenbacks. Every pot scrubbing, dishwashing, chopping this here fleet. Now, if we don't win, then Tina here's have to find himself another battleship. There's no way I'm going back to the Arizona empty-handed.
Ain't about the money. I'ma send that smug engine fixing snipe back below decks where he belong.
Come on, man. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He slapped your mama, remember? That son of a bitch! Look at that. All right,
I meant an underdog stereotype. What did you think I meant? Oh man, all those steroids I took were for nothing. So we got to Dory being fixed by Evelyn. No, it has absolutely no purpose for the plot, but he's awesome, so we don't care.
2 years, they never even let me fire a weapon.
Now pay attention, because this is what button number 8 likes to call. So we see the troops arrive to tell Evelyn the news about Rafe's death. We then cut to Evelyn and Danny crying over the loss of Rafe, and we see something else that doesn't make sense. The nurses are all crying over a man they never met. Okay, seriously, who cries over someone dying they just heard stories about? Their love is so pure. Hey! Fine, point taken. So we cut to Japan, moving in their evil slow motion, where they explain how they'll take advantage of Americans. After that, they proceed to discuss how they'll rebuild American alliances using advanced technologies, and then ruin it again. So we see some troops go to see a much better movie, but Evelyn and Danny can't stop thinking about Rafe. They leave to go to a diner and talk. Hello, what do we have here? So, for more of this useless romance, he proposes, and we return to Danny creeping on his dead best friend's girlfriend.
Do you want me to walk you home?
Now they want us to hate the other main character. Well, Danny sees her handkerchief and decides to return it, but it becomes more of an awkward moment. So the next morning, her co-workers tell Evelyn to go on out with Johnny, where we find out...
When my dad left, I was too much for my mom to handle, so she sent me to live with my aunt. I thought my life was over, but you don't know where it's all gonna lead. If I hadn't have run away and lied about my age and enlisted in the Navy, I wouldn't have met Red. And...
Even more totally useless information! However, she does eventually get over Rafe, and we move on to her walking onto Danny, testing ammunition on the planes. So they just let a woman out of uniform walk onto an aircraft carrier where they're testing plane ammunition. Wow, things really were different back then. Oh wait, no they weren't! Well, he confesses his feelings for her to the boys, and he offers to break code again to show her the sunset in a plane. Aw, that's sweet. Wait, no it's not. It's betraying your best friend! So after they land, they run into a parachute hangar where they proceed to... Wow, good thing no one walked in on them in the middle of a guarded military base. Hey guys, I think I hear something going on over... I think he poked a hole in the parachute. So they move on to one of them, declaring that the Japanese will attack Pearl Harbor, but they refuse to believe him. This looks like a job for button number 5.
Well, I see a strike on Pearl.
So after an hour into the movie, we finally focus on what this movie is supposedly about. Pearl Harbor. General was arguing, Japanese spying, the whole 9 yards. And we lose focus again. You know, this movie shouldn't have been called Pearl Harbor. It should have been called Annoying Love Triangle. That happens to take place in Pearl Harbor. But I guess that wasn't as catchy.
What a twist!
No! No more plot twists allowed, Randall! Well, Ray finds out about Evelyn and Danny, and as the first thing anyone does that makes sense, he decides to be an absolute dick.
Life is good, ain't it, Danny? You know, you're a rotten drunk. You always have been.
Really? Because that seems like a problem that was just made up in the last 5 seconds. So then we cut to the day which will live in infamy. So they show all the evil Japanese preparing for battle in their evil slow motion. Now, this is one of my biggest problems with the movie. A good war movie knows to make their audience impartial, showing that even though the countries are at war, the people fighting are still people. Take a good war movie, for example. And compare it to this. Dark lighting, smoke rising to the air, overall a very evil depiction. Now, I'm okay with you wanting to paint the Japanese as a villain, but give them some humanity. So we come to the realization that Pearl Harbor is a real target and... oh my god, that is so cool. Finally! The movie does something right! Thank you! Yes, more of him. More of him. Good, keep that.
They look like jets.
No! No! Go back! Go back to Dory! We don't want to see these idiots!
I didn't even know the jets were sore at us!
God, why? Why do the annoying ones keep getting screen time? Wait! I forgot! I'm in charge of this show! I can just skip all this crap! No. 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 Ah, here we are. And now it's over. I guess it's not all bad. Let's see what else this movie has in store.
Let's play some chicken with these jets, sucker.
Oh, God, no. Skip to after the battle. Sad, sad, sad. Dramatic music, sad. Now, I suppose I can't really fault them for this, but the invasion was so poorly built up, this feels... awkward. So we cut to the generals talking about how a revenge strike is impossible.
Mr. President. Head back, George. Get back.
Do not tell me. It can't be done.
You know what? That right there deserves its own button.